Hey guys, and welcome back to Doom 2016. We've once again gone back to hell, taking Samuel's advice, literally, because we've got to find a way to shut down the well in, basically human land. And to do that, we have to find an artifact known as the Crucible, and what a way to start a level. Look at this goddamn imagery.
It is pretty great. This is where the game starts alluding to the fact that there are demons of such size and power that they literally towered over the land like buildings. And of course, since we are in hell, we get more Doom Guy lore, which is always great.
I'd like to imagine he recorded this right after talking to Olivia Pierce. Like, God, my schedule is so packed today.
You can just imagine just like later on he just goes completely off topic and he just start becoming vlogs. This is like, I talked to Olivia Pierce again today. God, she's such a bitch.
Oh, Jesus. Better tell the demons not to eat Tide Pods.
It's like, can you imagine it? Olivia Pierce beat my high score on Doom Attack again. I'm so fucking annoyed.
To be fair, I am just a disembodied voice. Like, you finally get to him, it's just a demonic tape recorder.
It's probably like Nail in the Dragon Ball Z Abridged. He just has apps that he plays. He's just like, oh, better record another stone.
Oh my god, I never noticed that you actually go inside the Titan himself. Oh my god.
Into the maw of the beast. It's a bit like in, well, you might know this, but anybody who's played Monster Hunter World will probably think this is very similar to a level in Monster Hunter called the Rotten Vale, where instead of being within, obviously, the body of a Titan here, you're inside what is essentially the decaying remains of an Elder Dragon. So there are some similarities here and there that I can draw towards. So yeah, this is really cool. Essentially, this entire level takes place within sort of like the recommissioned body of a Titan. Like, you can see all like the bones and blood and gore, but then you got like all the buildings and tapestry kind of worked around it.
Meat steps. I'm not sure I care for that.
Well, no, those ones are standard stone steps. I think they have some form of text. It's like, oh, I got a great idea. We can make stairs out of this guy's muscle tissue. It's just like, come on, dude. This is a Titan. Give it some respect, man.
Okay, we'll put a carpet on the stairs. Now you're thinking.
There's have a sign saying, in loving memory of Gareth the Titan.
Yes, you're very scary.
Not as scary as my chain gun.
There you go. Just step into the goop and push a skull. Why not?
Yeah, unfortunately, unlike the original Doom games, you don't get the radiation suit here. So, unfortunately, if you got to go through the green goop, you best make sure you know where you're going to begin with, because otherwise, you're probably going to dissolve, and dissolving is no good, even for the Doom guy.
I guess they just wanted to, like, combine armor and the radiation suit together, you know what I mean?
Kind of. I suppose it does work a lot less quickly than it does in the original Doom. But then again, having some kind of way to become immune would have been fairly nice for the sake of flavor. I don't know why I did that. I thought maybe it might have been a trigger for something, but I was just like, oh yeah, that's just a set piece. Never mind. Moving on.
How do you get into that area? I assume you're going to show us.
Actually, I don't think I actually managed to get in there. I was actually wondering that myself, so maybe someone in the comments can help us out with that. I know there have been a couple of people who have been very good in sort of explaining some of the bits and pieces we've missed out on whilst traversing through the levels, so I'm counting on you guys to pull through again on this one, because I am genuinely intrigued.
A little cubby hole here, and get tooled up with some armor. There's a Hell Knight just spawning in, tons of skulls everywhere. So I guess guys in hell do have some semblance of respect for the dead.
I don't know, would you really feel respected if, like, your skulls were literally the only thing, like, holding together this rickety temple?
Yeah, good point. I was thinking it was more like a mausoleum, when in reality it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's part of a house.
This is hell. Knowing them, they would have done this to circumvent using actual labour and building materials. We can save money on bricks. What if we just, like, kill some foremen and just use their bones to fill out the rest of the gaps? That would be great.
Shit is gonna start popping off a lot now, so I hope you guys have full ammo.
Or infinite ammo. I'm just going to keep saying that just to rub it in.
Well, you've earned that right. I don't mind. You're not smug that much. I'm the smug one of the group.
Fair enough, I suppose. It helps to have it every now and again, but I don't like to overdo it. I just don't have it in me. I don't know what it is. I think it's just part of my personality, but I start feeling a little bit too good about myself. I sort of start getting the feeling like, wait, maybe I shouldn't be feeling this good, and then I start to tone it down a bit.
Ah, well, you see, my friend, self-reflection can be a bitch sometimes. Why can't I just be an arsehole? Everyone else gets to be an arsehole.
It's like, when's it my turn?
Arc, gnaw my head.
It's just so you don't lose your head playing in the background. It's just like, sound advice now, buddy. It's just like, sorry. Shouldn't have lost your head.
I gotta say, I dig the soundtrack to this particular level. It's no, you know, BFG division, but I like how stuff gets a bit heavier once you go into hell.
Oh, yes. And I generally feel like it gets more ambient as well. I mentioned this the first time we went to hell, but you don't really get sort of like that weird sort of ambient orchestral music when you're going through the labs and the UAC. But I suppose that does make sense considering that is literally a human building, whereas hell, there's sort of like this almost mythical grandeur to it, so I suppose the instrumental and, I guess, environmental choice makes sense.
For sure, yeah.
Whereas sort of like in the UAC, it's kind of just like dun 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 dun, and then when you find something, it's just like bah, 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 bah.
Well, that's militaristic versus, like, I don't know, nature, I guess. I mean, they may be, you know, the Hordes of Darkness, but they are still flesh-based at the end of the day.
True that, true that. And of course this is a big area, so I want to make sure I get all the goodies.
It is actually... what's the word I'm looking for here? Not trickily. Something about hidden stuff. God, my brain is just failing me today, I'm sorry.
Secretive?
No, it's a synonym for that, though, I think.
I was never really any good at English where they tend to use the posh fancy words more often, so... We'll just say there's a lot of secret stuff.
Deceptively simple, there you go. In that, it's got a pretty simple layout, you know, it kind of looks like any other FPS arena, really, but there's tons of little cubby holes and secret areas, and all the while, like, Hell Knights and Barons of Hell leaping down from on high to try and kill you. By the way, if you take out a Baron of Hell with a glory kill from above, you get, like, a reward point or whatever.
Yes, I'm not sure if I actually did that in the end. I was kind of just focused on killing everything.
Yeah, same.
I mean, when you start through the game, you do really pay attention to those things, because that's a good way to get a lot of points early on, but when you get to this point, you sort of start thinking, okay, I think I have enough upgrade points, I just kind of want to focus on killing everything as quick as I can.
Yeah. If
you have the completionist mentality, though, that's always going to be there, there's just no way to escape it. But for someone like me who likes to kind of go for secrets, but kind of sort that out after I played through the game initially, it's one of those things that I'm not as focused on, especially if I feel like I already have the tools needed to get me through the rest of the way.
Yeah, for sure. It's not too crazy right now, but they're giving you chainsaw ammo for a reason.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. It is... They do throw a lot of big enemies towards the end in some of these areas. Not very many, but it's more of a case of they'll spawn like a whole bunch as opposed to in some areas where maybe they'll spawn maybe one with a couple of smaller enemies or maybe just two on their own. With this it's more like 3 or 4, so you best be prepared.
They'll try and catch you on the hop in this level a lot, I've noticed. Like, you think, oh, there's only one imp left, I guess that's all that's, you know, on the to kill list even today. Nope, 2 Mancubi, we'll throw in a couple of Hell Knights, and shit, what's a Baron of Hell between friends?
Well, that's not somebody I'd want as my drinking buddy personally, but I appreciate the gesture.
He just comes in through the front door and, like, kills everyone.
He's just got a giant bottle of Jack Daniels or something and starts swinging it around. But I think it's kind of what you were saying, how this area is deceptive in terms of the amounts of secrets it has, except in this case it's more like there's a lot of right angles where they'll spawn enemies and they'll kind of slowly amble their way towards the center of this arena.
Yeah, they'll try and flank you, essentially.
Yeah, so it's one of those sort of arenas where you want to just constantly be on the move and take the time to actually find all these enemies before they all kind of converge in the middle and start really causing problems for you.
Oh, I lost track of the amount of times I blew myself out of a rocket in this one, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, thankfully I only had that one time during our first excursion into Hell. I learned my lesson pretty quickly after that one.
Man, you got like no fear taking out these guys, just effortlessly dodging their attacks.
Well, it helps there's a pillar in the way, so it makes my dodging a lot easier, but I was pretty pleased with that. Like I said, part 10 is where I start really turning on the heat.
Oh yeah.
I guess the infinite ammo did give me a certain sense of heightened confidence, perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
Oh yeah, that's what the maps look like. I completely forgot about that. It's just like, wait, what do the maps look like here? And it's just literally just a demonic pedestal.
These guys are not very effective in taking out the Doom guy, I'm going to be honest.
Well, you know, maybe they're like new blood. They've been tasked to defend like the Titan's realm because, you know, they don't think they're ready for the big leagues going through the portal yet. So it's just like, okay, your task is to just guard this area. Do not let anyone through.
And if you see a guy, scream at him really loudly and charge towards him with reckless abandon before exploding.
Actually, you mentioned that, but this does sound eerily similar to what the UAC dudes end up doing when they actually have their pilgrimages here. That's right. This is actually where the UAC, like the highest ranking members, go in order to go on their pilgrimage. They allude to this when you pick up the little lore tickets for this particular area.
Huh.
And it literally says, if you're one of the lucky disciples who will get to experience a pilgrimage to hell, there are some precautions you must take on your journey. You must make sure all your affairs are in order before leaving, donate all of your belongings, excluding any security-controlled materials, to a Tier 2 advocate, and record any final logs you may wish to make. So right away, they're basically telling you, you ain't coming back.
Well, final pilgrimage does sound pretty badass to put on like your tombstone and whatnot. He went on one last journey, and this is a fucking Indiana Jones trap, I'm sorry.
It's actually a pretty easy one to avoid. It's just like, okay, just hug the door, you're fine. And it comes down so slowly as well, so it's like, you get plenty of time to figure out exactly where you need to be.
Come on, don't mock the system. Jesus.
It was probably their first time trying this out, and they're just like, do you think this is a little bit too fast? Should we dial it back a bit? It's just like, yeah, I mean, it's the first trap. You don't want it to be too quick. You want to give him a chance to kind of get his bearings. And then you smack him with the surprise attacks.
There is actually a cubbyhole to, I'm using that term a lot this part, there is actually a cubbyhole to the opposite side of where you got the skull, so that's where I dropped into. I didn't even think about going near the door.
There's a couple of places you can go. So either way, back to the pilgrimage part. It says, the expedition itself, you may wish to consider sedation. Advocates can get overwhelmed during their transition to hell, and a medically administered balancing agent may help ease the excitement. Oh boy, I'm just so happy to be going to my doom in hell.
Oh, strap me in and let me die.
That's pretty much what you're doing. Lastly, prepare your mind for the wonders you will experience. Seeing the remains of a Titan is an experience that will buckle the knees of even the most steadfast advocate. If you are lucky, you may even get to see a live Titan.
Ooh.
If you do, you must record the sighting immediately and hand you storage devices over to a scout bot for safety. It is not known if any Titans still inhabit the Great Steppe, so if you get the chance to be a sacrifice to one of these massive beasts, take it.
Why the fuck not?
It's just like, you don't even really get any recognition. You just be like, oh, dude, like, Frank managed to sacrifice himself to a Titan. It was so awesome. Like, God, I'm so jealous. I wish I could be a sacrifice to a Titan. Bloody Frank, he gets all the luck.
Fucking Frank.
It's like, even in high school, he got all the ladies.
You're playing it a little bit fast and loose with these pinkies here, mate. I'm worried for you.
Trust me, I was worried for myself, too. It's not a very wide area to sort these dudes out in, but thankfully we managed to avoid getting hit too many times, so it wasn't a problem in the end.
Bless up. Oh my fucking god. Not again. Not again!
Seriously?
You know what's even worse?
What?
I got the grenade.
You got the grenade and yet you missed the Argent Cell.
Don't talk to me. Don't. To be fair, there's another grenade like further on, I believe, if you missed this one, right? No, it was this room. Fuck my life.
It must be nice being you.
Yeah, incredibly stupid. Yeah, what a wonderful life.
Well, I like to call it blissful ignorance. You're not necessarily concerned about the higher points, like getting maxed out on Argent energy. You just kind of want to just go through life briskly without a care in the world.
You need to stop talking now.
Oh, it's fine, it's fine. I've made plenty of an ass of myself just trying to find levers and what have you, so you have that on me at the very least.
You don't need levers to survive!
Well, to be fair, you don't need copious amounts of Argent energy to survive either.
I'm gonna fucking bitch slap you straight to hell.
But I'm not ready to go on the pilgrimage yet. I'm only a level 2 advocate.
Oh, well, too bad, Frank. I'll see you when I see you.
Bloody Frank.
Was that meant to happen?
Yes, that was actually a surprise, motherfucker lever. It's like, you think you're safe, but no. It's luring you to your doom.
This part is actually pretty cool, and a good example of game design, because we've already encountered a stabby, crushy thing that nearly fucking killed you, Bog. Are you kidding me?
Well, like I said, you do have some things over me, but I'm going to make the excuse I was going to show off the Last Stand thing a bit more. Also, the enemies are just as stupid as I am, so I suppose we're on even footing.
They're mindless demons!
I wouldn't say mindless. Maybe if they were possessed or something, I don't know, but to be a revenant, you probably got to be pretty clever at least.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Oh, I'm such an asshole.
You're very sassy in this part, I've noticed. Sassy Volk is rare. He's like getting a fucking holofoil in a pack of cards. You don't see him all that often.
Well, not if you're anybody else but me. I'm an asshole when it comes to luck. I just get all the things.
I love that random staircase just there. Like, what's it there for?
I don't know, maybe there was like a foreman or something. It was like polishing some of the stones, or maybe like rubbing off some graffiti the imps left behind.
God, you were such a fucking show-off. Nice.
Imagine if you just crawled in there as well, just like the Tauntauns in Star Wars.
And then you could like roll about as like an upgrade. Super Monkey Ball, Doom Edition.
It must be like wearing one of those mascot suits they have at ball games and what have you. It's Doom Guy the Mancubus, the guy you love to hate.
This actually took me a while to figure out, I'm not gonna lie. I was backtracking and everything.
Well, at least you didn't get squashed by the damn thing, so I say you got the better end of that one. At least wandering around isn't as embarrassing as just getting flat out squashed by it. If it wasn't for the fact I had the Last Stand, I would have died right there, and that would have been really embarrassing.
Alright, let's see what this secret area looks like, because obviously I didn't find this either.
I can't actually remember myself, so this will be a good reminder for me. It's a little bit far away compared to some of the others. It's not one of those ones that's right next to it. You gotta look for it as well. And I was taking a pause just to figure out, okay, where the hell is this thing?
Everything looks the goddamn same.
So they could have put some landmarks up or something. Jeez.
Oh!
Unfortunately, there's no enemies there, which is kind of disappointing.
Well, an explosion is a joy in and of itself. I'm not an arsonist, I swear.
And if you are familiar with the classic Doom, this is actually where the demo disc for the game actually ends, this particular level. And this is where the Doom guy, quote-unquote, dies and goes to hell and then fights his way back out again.
Oh, that's really cool.
What happens is in the original game is that you fight two Barons of Hell near the end. It's all like this weird pentagram-shaped area.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a teleporter, and if you go into that, you're led into a dark room, and there's just enemies surrounding you. There's no way to survive it as far as I'm aware. You might be able to with God mode, but part of me thinks that even with God mode, it's on like a timer that just kills you automatically if you haven't died by a predetermined amount of time.
Uh-huh.
And then that puts you into Chapter 2, where you're actually in Hell. And then from there, it's the Doom guy fighting his way to get back to Earth. And then that translates into Doom 2, because that's when the demons have all invaded Earth, and it's time for the Doom guy to cleanse the Horde.
I wouldn't actually mind covering the original Doom at some point. Like, we did Doom 2 on Spot PC a while ago, but go back to the roots, as it were.
Yeah, that might be a cool idea. Yeah, we'll take some checks on that, and if it's something you want to see, maybe we'll do it.
And, like, just FPS games in general, because this is, like, what, the only FPS playthrough on the channel, so I'd love to do more.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not Doom, it could be something like, well, as you say, Bioshock Infinite could be a potential candidate. Borderlands might also be one to look out for, perhaps. But
GoldenEye, maybe?
GoldenEye, yep, there's another good one. It's bloody classic, that is. But yeah, there are plenty of really good first-person shooter games that have a really, really cool single player, so plenty to choose from. It's just a case of figuring out what we'd like to do and what you folks would like to see. Just hold the trigger and never let go. I was half expecting something to spawn there, so I just thought if I just point the chain gun here enough, maybe, just maybe, something will spawn and die instantly.
Well, I think you were killing too fast is the problem.
It's just like the spawns haven't even caught up. It's just like, geez, take it easy. We haven't even finished loading all the assets yet.
Yeah, like a Baron Hell just comes in still wearing a towel.
It's just like, ah!
You'll have to shoot more. I'm wearing a towel. I helped. He was the last one as well.
You got to live longer than the Baron of Hell. That is an achievement right there.
I swear to God, if there's like an Argent Energy thing tucked inside a wall somewhere, I'm going to pitch a shit fit.
Well, I guess you can not worry about pitching that particular tent because there isn't.
Good.
I did check, though. You know, just to be sure. Look, I even opened up the map and everything, just to make sure.
It's okay, you can go back in the portal now. We have the blue key.
Just checking through all the other areas, just making sure there isn't anything else I missed. This is a pretty short area, so you do have a little bit more time just to kind of have a look around and see what else is about. Of course, I don't have enough... Oh, no, wait. I lied. We got the upgrade, so we still actually have our infinite ammo, even though we don't have 100% armor. And there's the Mega Health, so more insurance. Although I don't think I actually need it in the end, because I think this next room we end up doing something else.
None could stand before the Horde.
Dun, 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 dun.
Before him,
Kind of scrolling up like the opening. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we get it, it's a Star Wars joke. And this is where it talks more about the Titans, and one particular Titan, they're touting this as sort of like their own personal Doom guy. I think actually, I have a theory, and I think it's that the champion was actually that Cyber Demon. Although I don't know, I envision the Titans being a little bit bigger, so I don't know, maybe they're taking some liberties with it, maybe the thing was meant to be absolutely massive like the one where we start off the area in, because the skull on that thing was as big as a Cyber Demon, so...
It's called Titan for a reason, right?
Yep. That's why I think it's probably not the case, although part of me likes to think maybe there's some relation.
Alright, nice talking to you, demonic voice.
Here's the tour guide you wish you had for all your vacations.
Yeah, save this until you've taken out the imps. I'm just telling you that now, it will save your life.
I don't know, I think I did chain gun a whole bunch of them, but I think you could actually clear through this entire area with one Berserk power-up. If you have all the upgrades for those particular, like, power-up things. But you know what, I wanted to play it safe. I thought I'd take down the riffraff first. Then when the big stuff starts spawning, pick up Berserk and see how far it gets me.
Oh yeah, fuck you. And let's see, next victim. Fuck you.
Oh, I went on a goddamn killing spree. This is glorious.
And this is especially nice, because it's just a really cathartic way to end the level. That must have been why they put it there. Because look, we've got summoners and whatnot.
We just get to blow them to bits with our fists.
Oh!
Oh, that was so good. I haven't actually seen that animation before, so that was a treat. We're going clubber-lang on these bitches. Oh, don't think you're unsafe either. Oop. And you're blown up as well. And even when it runs out, the other one got caught in the shockwave that comes by after the power-up expires.
Mwah, beautiful.
Great way to end a level. I felt very good about myself.
I lost to that bit once, and then I realised, oh, maybe I should save the Rampage power-up instead of getting it right away.
Yeah, those big guys in particular can make life difficult for you, but Oh well, we managed to get through it in the end, and that's the important thing.
Indeed. Didn't get the atop the mountain thing, but that's fine. There's no more time left now. No time! We must find the Crucible. Join us next time in Doom 2016, where our journey to find the artifact continues. Bye for now.